Then you got to work it in.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And before we get to plumbing everything on the race car, I want to go ahead and thank and welcome our newest partner to the Bad Influence Camaro racing program, and that is True North Turbos out of Alberta, Canada. True North Turbos is a division of Black Sheep Industries. You've seen us before talk about Black Sheep Industries when we made a video talking about new wastegates that helped us control a lot more of our boost and a lot more of the back pressure issues we were having last year. Now, we have our new turbos here. These here are pretty cool. We will be running twin 88mm turbos on the 535 HEMI that's behind me. These have been Cerakoted in black, just because I thought it was gonna look cool, and so did Nick up at True North Turbos. So thanks, Nick. These are a complete V-band assembly. So our compressor housing outlet right here, boom, V-band. The inlet over here, boom, V-band. Even the exhaust coming out here, boom, V-band. I really prefer having everything V-banded. There's no gaskets, anything like that. It's really easy to take care of. And if you want to change something around, you obviously can. Now, we are going to pair this for 2023 with the Black Sheep Industries 60mm wastegates that we already have. And we are going to be running 2 of the Black Sheep Industries 50mm blow-off valves. These are new to True North Turbos. There is proprietary machining to them and their designs on the housings and on the wheels. Very, very cool stuff. Nick tries to tell me all about the compressor stuff on there, and I go, cool. That's a little bit above me, but there are going to be 2 different series that they have. This is the TNT 55 No Prep 88102, which is your rules based on your inducer size here, the inlet coming in. They also are going to have their Outlaw series, and the Outlaw series is based around a lot of the class racing, like Ultra Street, X275, and LDR. Some of those have very strict rules on what you can adjust and what you cannot adjust inside everything here. There's like certain depths, things, everything like that. Super nerdy stuff that all those turbo guys that build these completely understand, and they have to adhere to those rules. So the Outlaw series is going to be for your class racing, your no prep series. So we're gonna have on this bad boy. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing some plumbing. We're gonna be laying pipe. So we brought in my buddy Eric Kelm. He is with EK Fab here in Brainerd. Eric, kind of what do you do over at EK Fab? And
so pretty much I just do like custom fabrication stuff, like roll cages, exhaust, headers. I do a lot of bash bars for drift cars.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of drift stuff lately.
Yeah, mostly drift stuff. I got a couple jobs coming up that are roll cages. One's for like a Lemons car for road course, and then I have another one coming up for a drag car that's an add-on. So it's just a 10.0 cert right now, and he wants to go to an 850 cert.
Cool. So where can guys find you? You have a Facebook page, website?
I have a Facebook page. It's EK Fabrication on Facebook. And
cool.
Then,
we'll put that right there.
Yeah, and then other than that, I'm just in Brainerd. You can call me. I do best if you call me, set up an appointment.
Cool.
Stuff like that.
So I've known Eric for probably coming up on, we're going to sound old now, almost 20 years.
It literally is 20 years.
Oh my God.
Because we met when we were 16.
Oh,
yeah.
We've got stories. You know, I've known Eric since, he actually used to like neons.
Hey, stop. Why do we got to bring that up?
Well, I mean, you've got stories on me too. Like there was one in that bathroom over there like 10 years ago.
True.
Like, yeah, so.
Yeah, see, we don't need to bring stories
We don't need to bring up all of that. But what we're going to do is, you guys just saw, we brought on True North Turbos for a partner for this season. And Eric's coming in to help plumb the entire turbo system. But it's a nice shirt you have there, the Simpson shirt.
Yeah.
I got mine on, but I think we need to do something different here.
Oh, I need a better shirt?
You need a better shirt there. So let's change this up here real quick. Just much better. Hey, oh, look at that. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Nick, up at Black Sheep and True North.
Thanks.
These are much better. So
nice shirt. Nice shirt.
You haven't seen the car yet.
I haven't. Not since you started, because you said that you had hung the turbos. I know we've been waiting forever for turbos.
Yep, it took a little bit there because they got caught up in customs. Thank you, United States Customs.
For doing your job.
Yeah. Hey. But I wanted to kind of surprise Eric on there, so we're going to bring him back, and he's going to see the car for the first time, and then we're going to come up with a plan of what we got to do.
Holy crap.
It's a lot different than last year's.
Yeah, a lot different. A lot different.
Hey, there's this fuel cell here now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the TNT 55s.
Yep.
It's a completely reworked turbo.
Okay.
It's an 88 102. I mounted those up. Those are using Maven mounts.
Yep. I know you sent me a picture of those.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet.
So
we were talking before. I was gonna try to run them twisted outward on there.
right.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna work.
No. That's
Well,
what I was like. I'm looking at this. I was like, what happened?
Al is obviously not here today. We've kind of told you that.
Right.
And he's expecting kind of what I was planning of the charge pipes kind of riding along up here.
Uh-huh.
You know Al loves surprises.
No.
So
I
that's
can
what
already see when he walks in. He's gonna be like,
what the hell?
That's not what we talked about.
So the charge pipe I'm kind of thinking to bring like this, and I'm thinking of actually bringing it through here and up.
Okay. Because that one's already down too.
Because that one's already down.
Right.
This will be the tough one
Yeah.
to do. So it is Sunday morning, and Eric is not quite here yet because I get to break the news to him. The camera we were using yesterday has corrupted audio. So basically the camera we were using to do a bunch of the filming and going over a bunch of stuff, it doesn't have any audio to it at all.
Oh yeah, well, yep, that right there. We're gonna put some tube right here, and we're gonna plumb it all in.
And yeah, kind of upset over that, but so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what we did get done yesterday, and then when Eric gets here, we'll go over our plans for today and kind of just keep going. So as you see, we got some aluminum up front here, and I started doing the cold side. Our plan on this is Eric is kind of tackling the hot side, and I'm tackling the cold side, and we're kind of just meeting in the middle there. So I started kind of getting the turbo stuff over there and on this side and up front here, and he got the hot side on both sides almost complete. We have a couple of welds left to do there and then get the wastegates done. So let's grab the camera and show you guys exactly what we did. So on this side here, we are trying to keep the hot side, we want it above the bar, and we want to kind of bring it on the outside here just because so we can make shock adjustments for our height and our actual valving right here. So this is going to might get cut back a little bit, and we're going to angle it out around this and then up into here. So we're up top like that, boom. We have our double seal clamps from Race Part Solutions there. That's Wade McGowan, super nice dude, check them out. This is also, like you saw before, our Race Part Solutions merge. Now on this side, since we don't have a mirror image turbo, if we tried to angle it up here, it was going to end up being into the hood. So we're going to have to take and come underneath here, and we're going to make a tight deal like this, and then come up and around and into here. So everything down here, like I said, this isn't tight right here, but that's kind of where we're looking at that. We've got the tight 90 built and welded on, and then down underneath we used a tight 90, came around and then up into that way. On the other side here, we have a little bit of other things that we need to kind of figure out. Right here it kind of pulled, so the material moved around, so we might have to cut it and then kind of remake some pieces up into here. But tight 90 from Vibrant there, and then another one down there, all welded on and looking good there. So then we still have to get somewhere in here our 60 millimeter wastegates on both of them, and then we're going to have our exit actually right out in front of the door here, and then we're going to bring the wastegates out underneath it. Gonna be a nice little looking deal there. So that's our plans. I'm going to get to I got to start making some pie cuts to make some more 90s, some tighter 90s for the aluminum, so I can get it up and around that driver's side bar. And then also I'm going to need some angled cuts to kind of merge everything and make it nice and smooth there. We just got dumped on. We got like 10 inches of snow yesterday. I'll take you guys out and show you that. And yeah, it kind of sucks. We were working all day yesterday, and we kept looking outside, and out behind our shop here we have a small shed. It's maybe about 40 feet away. We couldn't even see the shed, so we just kind of kept working and working away on this. And last night I went and did some snow removal. I know Eric did some, and I think he's doing some this morning, and then he's going to be popping in here. So let's go ahead and I'll show you guys some of the pie cut 90s, kind of what we're doing, and maybe explain a little bit on that. So as I said, we got a bunch of snow yesterday up in Minnesota, so I'm going to show you guys kind of what it's looking like. I haven't really plowed at all, but yeah, we got more coming down still. Right here, if I put my foot down in there, that's up to my knee. Yeah, so racing in Minnesota. Now you guys can kind of see why a lot of times we go south in like February and go racing down there, because we're not going to be racing up here for probably another 2 months. Okay, on this side, this is going to be our tougher side to kind of do, because we have to come up and around this. Now, like I said, I like to try to use preformed bends when I can, but we're also using some pie cut bends like we made here, and we've got one on the other side as well. Now, this big, nice sweeper, like I said, we're trying to stay away or give us room so we can get in here and make our adjustments. And if we need to adjust ride heights or anything, we can get to this easily without having to take this whole charge pipe off. We can kind of line this up here like this, and we can see we can make that bend and kind of get around this. Now this tire will never come up into this. If this tire ever comes up past here, we're in big problem. We have big problems. So we're gonna kind of line that up, and I've already done this once, and I've made our mark right here. And what I actually did, it wanted it up here, but I cut it long. You can always cut more off. It's a pain in the butt to add more to it. Now, as far as coming up and around this, oh, we're just gonna set that anywhere. We tried to go with the tight bend. I did go with the 215s in the 30. I do have the other 30 over here. Obviously, this is going to not fit. We're gonna have to bring it up. But since this is kind of loose, we can kind of figure out a nice angle where we can kind of do this, and we might even be able to get it up and start to turn it in instead of just coming across like that, and kind of do something like this here. We'll have something like that. So that's why we kind of want to have these in place, because that is not going to work. So we might have to bring it back over here and fit it that way. Thinking ahead and knowing where this one's going to be, where this one's going to be, and kind of getting an idea is going to save you a lot of headaches later. So what we may do is go ahead, get this one cut and fit, weld it or tack it on. We'll actually get the O-rings in our Race Part Solutions clamps, get that kind of set, and then we'll figure out exactly where we need to make this. And it looks like that angle might be correct. Once we get it up here, we might be able to use a 30 to get that thing to connect. So that might come in handy right there. Eric's here.
Eric finally made it back.
Yeah, so
we shoveling.
Yeah, as I say, how much snow did we get?
A foot.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I took everybody outside earlier, and I showed them how much snow we got, and it was up to my knee. I'm short, but like it was still quite a bit. So we're taking a look at the Hotside here, Eric. What are you seeing on here? And let's take a look. Like I said earlier with some of them, like when we welded everything kind of shifted.
Kind of moved.
Yep, and that's just because of the heat that on there and such.
Right, and we kind of fought this oval yesterday because like where we cut this, like when you cut on a bend, it like here's a bend, but if you're trying to like fit this, like if you don't cut this straight, it's not gonna be round. It's gonna be oval. So we've been fighting this oval. So we're just gonna get rid of this. I don't know if you can see in here.
We'll come down here.
But like this moved, so this is way off now. So we got to change it anyway. So we were talking, we're gonna cut this back. And we're gonna add a couple pies to turn it back the other way, and then this will be more round to meet up to that.
Nice way
so we
to
can complete that side.
Fix that little issue.
And then over here, this side turned out better. So we just got to, feather this out a little bit so that gets a little tighter, and then we'll you know, tack that and weld most of it in the car.
So that way the heat doesn't...
So it doesn't move, and then we, you know, end up with that problem over here.
So as you saw, Eric was able to move that. Show why you're able to move that. So we've got the turbo's on a V-band, and this is on a V-band.
So both of these will move right now.
So we can actually move things around and twist them and things like that to, you know, make our changes, which is kind of nice. And that's when I was saying earlier, the new TNT 55s that they have, they're completely V-band, where it's got the V-band here and V-band up here.
This is very nice because I've never had the luxury of dealing with a V-band turbine housing. You know, they're always the 6-bolt, you know, the old style. So like you got to sit and loosen all these bolts, and then the bolt gets in the way of like your oil return or something, and then you got to take the bolt out so you can move it past, like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's a really nice setup. And
it is.
You had commented when you came in yesterday on this is all billet on there, and this is a new deal that he's trying with the fins like this to try to also kind of act as a heat sink to try to keep some heat out of it.
Yep.
So we're actually going to be monitoring some oil temp with that and giving him some data on that too. So
absolutely.
Well, cool. Well, we're going to get back to it, and we'll catch you guys up once we get a little bit more done. Well, got some progress done. I was showing you guys earlier the pie cuts. This is kind of what we came up with over here.
And that's the hard side.
Yeah, this is definitely the hard side. So coming down, it's come up, and now we have to make this little deal here. So then I kind of stopped because I started working on that side. We got that piece on, but Eric got...
I fixed my mess.
Fixed his mess. So walk us through what you kind of had to do down there.
Well, we cut off how that bend came up like this before, and then I just pie cut the rest of it, like all these. We just pie cut the rest of it into it.
Okay. So we have it all pretty much welded in down there on the car, except for a couple little bits, so that way when it cools, it'll kind of hold its place. And then this side...
That one was pretty much done. We just had to finish.
Yeah, we had just a small piece down here that we had to kind of massage and make work.
Yeah.
But we're getting close. Eric is going to take off for the day. He's got some other stuff he's going to go do. Yep. I'm going to probably work on the cold side and see if I can't get one side wrapped up. Maybe two. We'll see. Who knows? But hey, I appreciate you coming in this weekend, man.
Yeah, it was fun. It was nice doing something different. So
yeah, so
been learning a little couple things, and
yeah,
you know,
but
big boy race cars are a lot different than, you know, the pithy crap that I do. No, it was good. Thanks for having me, and I'll definitely look forward to doing it again.
Yeah, well, I know that we're gonna have to build more shit. So
all the time.
That's part of the fun.
Yep.
Cool, guys. Well, like I said, Eric's gonna take off. I'm going to probably keeping on here. I figured I'm gonna pick one side to try to finish up completely, and then there's a couple of small welds on the hot side there that I need to. I'm letting everything cool before I bring it off, and then I'll finish doing some small finish welding. Once we get that done this week, I will have to figure out and get the wastegates on. That's gonna be fun. I see why you're like, oh yeah, now it's time to go. Bye.
One eternity later.
Hey guys, so this has kind of been a slow-going project right here. The last clip you saw there with me and Eric was on Sunday, like 2 of them ago, and that night I ended up having some issues where I went into the hospital and I got admitted for 2 days with a giant kidney stone. So I haven't been able to work on this a whole bunch. Just because of the hours I'm kind of allowed to put in and do stuff there. I have a 9mm stone that's still in me right now. I have to go back in at the beginning of April, and they're going to do some surgery stuff and go up and blast it apart and then get it to move out. So like first couple of days back out of there, I could only work like maybe 3 hours. So But I have, like I said, I'll work a few hours here, work a few hours there, and I've been plugging away at this. But I apologize that there hasn't been a video out in a while, but I really wasn't able to make any more content, and I didn't want to put out half a video. So what I do have done, I've got all the cold side done here. I'm going to show you that in a sec, and I've been working on the wastegate placement. Let's go ahead and put this up in the air, and I'll show you kind of what we've been thinking on the wastegates to kind of figure out the plumbing, because there's not a whole bunch of room under there. So we have a few wires and everything kind of hanging down because we've been working on wiring as well. Dad and I took a little bit of time, and I built a kind of a spreadsheet and everything for the wiring that needed to be put on here. So I've got kind of harnesses everywhere as I'm working. Right here, this is actually the drain. Used to be where you'd pull the drain plug out right here to drain everything, and that's actually what we're using to pick up for the primer system. So if we still need to do an oil change, we can just take that off and we can still drain it. It was a nice way to, we didn't have to, you know, take the oil pan off. As far as the wastegates go, we're looking at, oh, I'm short. All right, there we go. We're looking at kind of gonna be up in this area way up here. And we're actually going to have to take the routing up and around this, and it's going to come out over here underneath the exhaust. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing that on both sides. It's going to kind of come and do that around, and then it's going to exit underneath the exhaust coming out there. We're having the exhaust come out right in front of the door, and the reason for that, one, it's going to look really cool, but two, to put the front end on and off, it's gonna be very easy just to notch that out, so the front end will slip right on. Instead of having to put another panel on there and more deuces to hold it on and everything, we can just have it right there. So that's gonna be pretty nice to be able to do that. So today was one of the first, I think today was the second day I've been down here at work for a full day. And I'm getting a little bit tired, so I wanted to at least get you guys caught up on this. I'm going to work on this for the next like 2 days. I'm going to try to get these mounted and then try to get that taken care of this weekend. And then we're also going to show you guys the fuel system as we put that together. But again, I apologize that we've been kind of sporadic on the videos. This one was just a little bit different just because I was, you know, incapacitated and out for probably about 5 or 6 days. So thank you guys for watching, subscribing. We'll get the next video out as soon as we can. And until next time, guys, be safe out there.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost.